I've had people in this industry look me in the eye and tell me that my past doesn't matter, that whatever I've learned up until this point, I need to unlearn and redo it a certain way, in the real estate way, in the industry way. Well, coming from an industry that has about 80% of the agents that fail and leave the business within the first few years, I don't think that's very good advice. The training tends to be the same. The classes look exactly the same as they did in the 90s, and yet we're still going back to this model. If you do exactly what I say, you will succeed in this business. Well, success might mean something different to you than it does to me. Success for me means that I've done the right thing by my clients. I'll admit, I didn't have that focus when I was in the business in the 90s. It was all about me. I can even show you the quotes and show you the things that I was writing in my marketing pieces back in the 90s and how twisted and backwards it was. But it's the same thing that most agents are saying today. I am the one that you need to come to. I am the one who can help you. I have all these things. Look how great I am. I was first licensed in real estate in 1996, and I only lasted for a couple years because, well, I was terrible. I didn't have any idea what I was doing, but I thought that all I had to do was get my name out there, get my face out there, buy some advertisements, and the business would just start rolling in. The sad thing is, agents of today still think that that's exactly what it is that you need to do. You still hear it, you still see it all the time. And that's one of the reasons why I got back into the business. Because I failed so miserably at the first attempt of it, and everything since then has been, a series of trials and tribulations and successes and failures. But the successes have far outnumbered the failures, and the successes have been huge. I went from a guy when I was licensed before to being broke, in debt, had my car repossessed. I did everything wrong, just one mistake after another. Well, since then, I've gotten back on my feet, and more than back on my feet, I'm doing actually rather well. I re-entered the real estate industry because I see a huge need, a huge gap that's just not being met. I don't see any agents who are really focused on the client and really focused on how the business is going to look and how the industry is going to look in 3, 5, 10 years from now. Everybody's focused on right now and what they did yesterday. The basic litmus test is if you've been doing this for a certain number of years and you've sold a certain number of houses, then you therefore are good. Well, that doesn't make any sense, because just because you've been doing something for a long time doesn't necessarily mean you've been doing it well. And just because you do it well doesn't mean you're going to continue to do it well in the future. Ask Blockbuster Video. They didn't see Netflix as a threat, and now one of them is around and the other one's only around in the history books. I believe that my best days are ahead of me.